We're going to go to the breaking news right now. We want to get back to Johnny Rollins, who's been covering a police chase throughout Kansas City, Missouri. Johnny?
Seven Oaks Park is where we're near on the east side here, 38th Street, and we're just about a mile or two to the southeast of downtown, where police have now just apprehended someone in the backyard of this home. And boy, they had him at gunpoint. The suspect was already down on the ground in the snow, and so it was pretty quick work to get them into custody, cuffs on, and now the walk back to the police vehicles. Now, we do not have any guarantee that this is related to that chase we had a little while ago, but at this point we're thinking that, the car's in the parking lot close to here, so apparently they did have the police helicopter overhead. They were able to continue tracking the vehicle, and the driver bailed out in a parking lot not too far from here, and then ended up in somebody's backyard. Didn't take long for, well, we followed a whole caravan of police cars headed in this direction, kind of quasi-emergency with lights on. But, yeah, at this point, we're not really sure how they found out that the suspect was there. I imagine it was good work by that police helicopter crew. So it looks like a suspect in custody. Now the question is, what in the world was going on? If this is the same vehicle, and we believe it is, that was involved in the chase, what triggered the whole thing, and why were they running? Thankfully, though, police ended this without any kind of accidents as far as we can see. Certainly no injuries reported, so a relatively good outcome. The best I think you could expect to have out of this, with no injuries, no wrecks to report, and suspect in custody. Johnny Rollins, News Chopper 9, back to you in the studio.
Johnny, let's hang with you for just a moment here, just to bring our viewers up to date on what we're looking at. If I heard you correctly, you're in the area of Seven Oaks Park, which is roughly 37th, 38th, and Kensington in East Kansas City. This is apparently the end of a long police chase that began in Cass County that went northbound on 435, past Bannister, 63rd, the sports complex, 23rd, and I believe that's when this vehicle left the highway heading east, and at that point, everybody kind of lost this guy for a little bit, right?
Yeah, they came off 435, actually headed west on 23rd Street, Chris. In fact, right over, we were talking about it, of course, for us, it's a landmark, Channel 9 Tower at 23rd and Topping. And that's where we kind of had a hard time keeping up with them. So to the police vehicles, they lost them, but obviously Raven 1 stayed with it. And that is, of course, the value of having that piece of equipment to be able to track the bad folks when they are out there eluding the patrol cars. And also preventing, any, whenever possible, preventing the chase altogether, which is safer for everybody concerned. Yeah, this guy was definitely all over, or this person, I should say, all over 435 when they came northbound on I-49 through the triangle up on the shoulder of the road. In fact, at one point we thought they were going to lose control. They got, and I preach it all the time after we have a snowstorm, and we still don't have the shoulders of all the highways plowed adequately yet. So most of them are, but the driver happened to get into some of that deeper snow on the shoulder of the road, 435 northbound. I think it was about 87th Street, and almost lost control. They were way over on the shoulder. That's the only way they could get past slower traffic, and that is when the pursuit was hot and heavy with police hanging back a couple hundred yards, but speeds, I think, probably approaching 100 miles an hour, certainly 80 or 90 miles an hour, the way they were blowing through the other traffic there. So, again, thankfully, nobody hurt here, and considering how long this was and how erratically the driver was, wow, I think this ended up to be pretty good overall.
And Johnny, as you were talking about the erratic driving and those kind of speeds, it was probably pretty apparent to you why the police at one point dropped back.
Yeah, and they have all sorts of protocols, and they don't want anybody to get hurt. I know there's a lot of talk about the danger of police chases, and I totally get that, and I know police do too. What is it? Where's the threshold that would merit pursuing someone and creating a dangerous situation in the process? But if it is that important to apprehend a suspect, if what they have done is so egregious that it's worth taking that risk, of course, that's when they have to put the plan in place and go through the process and all the protocols to follow them. So I know that laying back, especially once the helicopter was airborne, that's when we started seeing them lay back a little bit. And of course, very sophisticated cameras and everything in that helicopter. The tracking they have available to them is unbelievable. So that might have been why, I don't know, we were trying to keep up with them, but I'm not so sure that the ground units were at all. At that point, it was a matter of just keeping officers in the area where they knew the vehicle was, waiting for an opportunity for the apprehension, and that is what we just saw.
All right, Johnny, we're going to let you go. We're going to try and figure out what it was that started this chase, a little bit more about the person who is in custody, as you can see, being escorted into the back of a Kansas City, Missouri police van and off to a holding facility. The good news, again, through all of this, as Johnny has said, no injuries reported as you continue to look at live pictures from the area, roughly 38th and Kensington in East Kansas City. We'll be right back.